Welcome to the CQ Blind Hams YouTube channel, the place where you can find audio demos of radios and other equipment that is accessible to blind amateur radio operators.
This is Chris Miller, November Echo Fire Victor, and we're continuing on the trail of the MD380. This particular one I have had since September, or late September. Started out with version 1.34 of the TYTools software. And someone happened at that point to tell me about the MD380 tools, which has the CW that you can turn on where you can hear sort of what's going on in this radio. Anyway, before I got it, before I got the tools, I had to pretty much memorize all the channels and zones and all of that. And it got to be a kind of a pain in the rear. But installing the TYTools made this one an entirely different radio to me. Made it a whole lot easier to work with. Anyway, to install that particular version, I went to the site g5rki.com, and the features of the MD380 tools was described, and in the bottom of the features there was a link for a TYT or TYTools V1.5 flash tool. I think he's up to version 1.8 now, but some of this may be out of date. I'm told that the newer versions of the MD380 software, I think from version 1.4 up, the tools doesn't work, so this may not apply to everybody. But anyhow, I have discovered that flash tool is not really screen reader accessible. I tried it a few times, and I ended up resorting to using the touch cursor plus JAWS cursor. Ended up requiring both of them. But it was kind of hit and miss. I had my wife try it, and she couldn't get it. Finally, my DMR Elmer helped me out using TeamViewer. We finally got it downloaded, but you end up really needing sighted help anyway, because you got to make sure that the MD380 is in the DFU mode. To put it in the DFU mode, you plug your programming cable into the radio, and you hit the or you press the top side button plus the push to talk, and then turn it on. And then there's a diode that flashes that indicates that it's in the right mode, and it needs to be there before you flash it. So you're going to be better off getting sighted help to install those tools anyway. But and then you'll need sighted help to get the CW turned on. But anyway, once you get the firmware installed, you hit the green button, which takes you to the menu. And then I up arrowed to the utilities menu, hit the green button again to get into there, and then hit the menu key again. Once I got to utilities, and up arrowed to MD380 tools. And once you get into there, I believe it's about 16 down arrows. You'll see something called Morse output. Hit the menu key. You have mode. Hit the menu key again. I believe there are two choices, short and verbose. I have mine on verbose. The only difference that I have found on those particular modes is that the short mode, when you rotate your channel selector, it'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The verbose mode will tell you the channel name. For instance, now I'm going to have this. I've got this turned on. My speed is set to 18 words per minute. Anyway, I'm going to turn this on. Blind Hams. That's what I named this channel, which is Talk Group 31679. That's what I named my channel when I set this thing up. Rather than go through all of these menus, I think I'll just sort of let you hear kind of what happens on these, and then try to get to some of the more important ones, because there's a lot of these things I'm not exactly sure what they do. And oh gosh, some of the things that are in this thing, they don't explain in the features. A lot of people kind of skip over them and says, well, you can kind of find these things out on your own. But anyhow, one thing you'll want to do if you haven't done it already, I mentioned this in the other tutorial, is by default, the menu hang time, or the amount of time that the menu stays on the screen, is not very long. I think it defaults to somewhere around 9 or 10 seconds. So I think I explained this in the other part of the demo that I did yesterday. I went into the general settings and increased the menu hang time. I don't know, I played with different values, and depending on the speed of your CW, you may want to play with it. I finally settled on 20 seconds, but that gives you enough time to hear what the CW is telling you. Because, well, it doesn't seem to matter which mode you're on. But anyway, I'll deal with that here in a moment. So if I go into the menu, which is the top left-hand button, the first thing that shows up is contacts. Anytime you push that menu, that's where it starts. So it pretty much starts all at the same place. The Now, see what happened there? I was talking long and the menu disappeared, and it brought me back to the screen that had blind hams on it. So you kind of have to work at this fairly fast. So anyway, rather than go into all of this, I'm going to just kind of go through the different menus here. There's your contacts menu. If I down arrow, there's the scan. Alrighty, the next one, right down arrow. Wait, what is it? Zone. That's your various zones that you have. I haven't really messed with that, but that's your message mailboxes for any text messages. There's your call logs. Down arrow. There's your utilities menu. There's where all your various settings are. So I'm going to go into this utilities menu.
New notification from mail. Facebook. Page facing up. Amber Nicole Heaver posted an update. Mail bullet Gmail actions. New notification from mail. Facebook.
There's your
page
radio
facing up. Amber Nicole
settings.
Heaver posted an update. Mail bullet Gmail actions. Record pause.
Radio info, which has your DMR number and so forth. We'll look at this. My number. So here's where you can see your DMR ID number. There's my DMR number. It's got my call and DMR number. I'm going to press the red button to get back to the sound. Now I'm going to down arrow. Let's see what that is. Alright, let's go back into this menu utilities I got out of it. There we go. Anyway, radio info. Program radio. Now, all that really lets you do is it'll let you edit a channel. You cannot create one. What's that? Set talk group. Okay, took us back out again. That's kind of a neat little thing that you can actually do. You can actually enter talk groups on the fly, I believe. Let's see here. Let's see if that's right. Let's get back here. MD3. Anyway. Yeah. There's private call. If you want to make a private call, this is in the utilities menu. Here's the MD380 tools menu. So let's go in here. There's a Roger beat. Now what that does is these radios have by default some pretty high and loud tones. This makes them a bit quieter, and some of them sets them at a lower pitch, which is kind of nice. I got out of the menu, so I got to go back in here. Menu. Contacts is the first one that shows up. I'm going to arrow to utilities. MD380. I'm going to go in here. Here's my MD380 tools. Go here. Let's enable or disable on that Roger beat. I want to leave it alone, so I'm going to press the red button to get out of that. Now, I really haven't changed this. This is boot options. There's your date formats, all the different date formats that are available in this thing. Show calls, that'll show how the calls are displayed. Let's see, what choices have we got in here? Right now I have mine set on user database. That doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for us. So anyway, I'm going to right arrow again. There again, that doesn't really, this isn't going to do a whole lot for us. The talk group display, it'll show, what does it show? Oh, it'll show from the user database. But there again, that's something we don't really use. I'm going to right arrow. This toggles on and off promiscuous mode, which if you turn that on, I believe you can hear everything in a receive group or time slot that you have programmed in. But in order to talk, whoops, we went out of the menus again. Anyway, pause this a minute.
Space.
All right, I could go through all of these menus, but I don't think I'm going to. I think you kind of get an idea of the versatility of this thing. I may try to go through some of the ones that I found most useful to me. Anyway, one of these that I found was, well, there's all kinds of different things, like you can set your mic level. If you need to increase or decrease the sensitivity, there's a thing in there for that. But anyway, the one that I found most useful here, I'm going to go back in here. Menu, top left. There's the contacts. I'm going to up arrow. There's utilities. Get the menu key again. And then I'm going to left arrow, or up arrow rather. Alrighty, so MD380 tools. So I'm going to down arrow 10 times. Here's where you can program your side buttons. So I'm going to go in here. There's your top pressed, which is a short press. Down arrow. There's bottom pressed. Top held, which is a long press. Bottom held, which is the bottom side key long pressed. And there's all sorts of different options you can choose for those. So let's see. Alright, config reset. I'm going to go to Morse. Let's go in here. Mode. I'm going to look at the speed to see how slow I can get this. There's 15 words a minute. Oh, all right. All right, so it goes anywhere from 15 to 40 words, or 40 words a minute. And there's the CW pitch, and you can change that quite a ways. CW volume. And we're back to mode again. So let's get out of that. Anyway, there's several. Okay, I need to change something here that I was playing with. Disable that thing. Anyhow, there's all sorts of little things you can do with it here. Anyhow, that's kind of the basic structure of this MD380 tools. Now they have something in here called an alt menu or alternate menu, which you access by holding down the pound key, or not holding it down, pressing the bottom right hand corner key, and that brings up an alternate menu. And there's a lot of interesting things in there, but one of the more important ones that I use in there is, it's a real quick and easy way to jump to set talk group. If you want to set a talk group on the fly, you can do that. For instance, if somebody tells you to go to talk group 31124, which I think is Southeast Florida, or let's just say I'll use another one, 3148, which is our Texas statewide. You don't have that in a channel. You can hit the alternate menu once, which I will do here. And then I'm going to hit it. That gives you the channel. I'm going to hit it again. And let's see. Let's get out of this for a minute. Go back. All right. Here's one press, which is the channel. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it again. It doesn't say anything, but I'm going to plug in 3148. Then I'm going to hit the menu key. Now, see, sometimes you have to do something a little bit different. So let's do this one more time because it said 31489, which is not what I wanted. So, because this particular talk group I'm in has 5 digits, 31679, so the 9 was left there. So in order to fix that, if I just want to go to 3148 on the fly, I'll hit the alt menu once. I'm going to hit it again after this thing finishes. Now I'm going to hit 3148, and then I'm going to hit the top right hand corner to erase a character. There we go, 3148. I'm on talk group 3148. I set it on the fly. Now, if I want to get back to the group I'm in, I can rotate my channel selector and then go back. And there we are. We're back to the Blind Hams talk group, which I guess right now is pretty vacant. But Anyway, as you can see, that's one way to get your CW speed back. I know a guy who uses his at 35 words a minute. I can't do that. 18 is comfortable to me. I could probably go up a little bit more, but I don't. But anyhow, there's a bit of a description of the MD380 tools, what it allows you to do. And a lot of these menus you can explore on your own. And hopefully this will be of some use. Again, I'm Chris Miller, November Echo 5 Victor. If I can make these better, I would certainly be glad to do so. I've never tried this before, so hopefully y'all will bear with me. 73 and have fun.